Memorial Day weekend is traditionally the time we want to get our tomatoes in, especially up here in the Glenville Hills. I'm a little higher elevation, so I plant a little bit later than maybe you do down in the valley. Tomato time, we want to make sure that they grow without disease. A few years ago, we had the late blight scare. Late blight dies over the winter when the ground freezes, so we don't have any problems starting off the season. But there are other diseases that affect tomatoes, and mostly those diseases get onto the tomato plants when the rain splashes on the dirt and the dirt splashes up on the tomato leaves. So here's how I go about planting to prevent diseases on my tomato plants. Here I've got my hole dug. You see I've put down black plastic. The black plastic does a couple of things. It suppresses weeds. It also helps heat up the soil when the sun hits this black plastic, but most important of all, it keeps the dirt from splashing up on the bottom of the tomato leaves so that I don't get the disease spores from the dirt up on the tomatoes. And naturally enough, you don't want to plant your tomatoes year after year in the same spot. So this is a new spot for these tomatoes this year. Little tomato tone in there, give it a little bit of nutrients, that helps strengthen the plant. Pop the plant in, tomatoes don't need much of a hole because they don't have a huge root system. So here it is all planted. Next I'll add my cages and my stakes to hold it up. But you see all around here there's straw, but underneath the straw I have cardboard. Okay, you can also use these leaf bags underneath the straw. This also suppresses weeds, but it keeps this area of dirt covered as well, so the spores of the diseases don't get up on the tomato plant. So take some precautionary measures now. If we have a nice hot summer, looks like we're going to have one of the best tomato growing seasons ever. For Hewitt's Garden Centers, this is Peter Bowden.